Hello everybody, my name is Russ.
I'm Kerry.
And we are the roads we roam. This mic is way too much in my face. I'm gonna
Hold these, put it
pull
right
it
on
down.
the side of your
We
hat.
tried that and it looked kind of silly on yours. But anyways,
I think it looked amazing. But
anyways, happy Friday everybody. I am partaking of Coors Light, the summer pints here.
and some of you may know we escaped West Yellowstone this week and we ventured out to the Tetons where we joined up with Travels with Delaney.
Yep.
And they have graciously provided the wine for tonight's Friday night wine.
Mm-hmm.
Another Aldi favorite. Thank you, Patrick and Patty. Chateau Saint Michel, and it's a Riesling, vintage 2016.
Nice.
I'll tell you, it's really nice.
Good,
I
good.
like it. And we are in the 70s right now. There's a nice breeze going through. It's a nice, light, crisp wine.
Yeah.
And I am enjoying it.
The Saturday before last, it was snowing, so it's nice to be
It's
out here in
crazy.
t-shirts.
So I have been talking back and forth with Donna.
Okay, hey Donna, thanks for
And,
joining us again.
She caught our little cameo appearance in the Travels with Delaney's
Midweek update.
midweek update.
Yeah.
We are sorry for our singing voices.
We do not possess the singing voice that Donna has.
Yes, we will not be auditioning for America's Got Talent.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe we should. We'll be on one of those funny reels.
Yeah, you could be like the worst of the auditions there.
And then David and Susan.
David and Susan, thanks for
Hi.
joining us, guys.
I started a conversation with them, but then our clock was running down, so I told them I would
had to go
answer.
live,
Yes,
yes.
we had to go live. And they said, did we miss you on Tuesday? And if you're new to the room, every Tuesday we have typically done our Q&A Tuesday segments.
Yep.
And we missed it for a very important reason. We have decided to revamp our schedules. For us, has been working very hard on it. So why don't you give them the details?
So yeah, we revamped our schedule. Tuesday is going to still be kind of a question and answer type deal, but we're going to go more specifically into certain questions. You know, before we've just done kind of Q&A Tuesday where we just answered everything and anything, but now we figure we do a lot of that on these twice a week live chats. So the Tuesday ones are going to be more in depth, and they're going to be one, maybe two question type deals. And then Wednesday's going to be kind of our catch-all type video. We'll do some product reviews. We'll, just stuff like that.
And we've had requests for RV news updates, so that Wednesday will be the date that if there are any newsworthy RV updates, that I will be sharing them during that time.
Yep. And then Friday, as you all know, like today, we have our live chat, which is Friday Night Wine. And then Saturday is still going to be our Faces and Places type video.
Our weekly travel videos.
Yep. And then Sunday as well is going to be our Coffee with Kerry and Russ type
So
videos.
our live streams will not change. They will still be the same. And so just a minor tweak, but we were really trying to sit down and think about our video schedule a little bit.
Yeah, really the only change was was kind of revamping our content and then bumping Thursday into Wednesday, basically.
Lewis outside is here. Hi, Lewis. Where
Cheers,
are
Lewis.
you this week? I feel like, where in the world is Carmen San
He's
Diego?
been on the road for 8 hours. I saw that. So
Oh.
he said, can't wait to sit back and relax. He said, but not until Friday Night Wine with
Priorities.
Kerry and Russ. So thank you for joining us.
I got boo-boo on my finger. And then Mom is here.
Hey, Mom.
Hey,
Thanks
Mom.
for joining us.
And I'm sure Tutu's not far behind.
Well, it's late. Tutu's 99. She's probably sleeping already, I would imagine.
Oh, this is true. Oh, she's a party animal sometimes. Lewis and Katie, Lewis and Katie, Rosebud's Travels is
Hey, guys.
here.
Thanks for joining
Happy
us.
Friday, you two.
Yes.
Here's a name that I haven't seen in a lot of them lately. He's disappeared for a while. Big Ships, Little Boats.
Dave. Hey. Thanks for joining us, Dave. I don't know if Lynn's with you, but if she is, make sure to tell her Kerry and I both said hello.
And David has noticed that you are a man of many hats.
Yeah, so this hat was actually sent to me from the Montana project. And it's a cool hat. It's a flat bill. I usually wear the bent ones, and I was trying to bend it, but I realized it was going to shape it out. I kind of like it. I've never worn a flat bill. So I thought the design was super cool, but we did a little bit of Googling and found out what this is. It's like something to do with marijuana growing or something like that.
It's a company that makes a supplement that helps the plant grow better.
Okay, yeah, but it's a cool design. I like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, I tried explaining to Russ that flat bill hats cannot be shaped rounded because the top part is actually shaped a little different. So he figured that out.
Yeah, so I just left it. Didn't want to ruin it, and I can rock it.
Yeah, you're rocking it.
I'm all right.
I like it. No, don't do that. Your mother is like multitasking at the moment.
Good. You know, we may have to get her to start adminning for us.
Well, she's too busy watching TV.
Oh, okay. Then no, she can't moderate for us. Never mind.
She said she's watching Yellowstone, Wolf Dynasty on Nat Geo.
Yeah, you know. Oh, not that. No.
No, but all week, National Geographic has been here in the park.
Yeah.
And they have been live streaming all week. So, and you can go to the channel and National Geographic channel. You can catch the back issues of it. There's some amazing footage. I was catching that online.
Yeah. Well, Nat Geo always does some crazy cool stuff. We actually drove through the park. We were coming back from the Tetons. Now you won't see Tetons tomorrow. You'll see some of our Montana trip where we were up in Deer Lodge and that sort of thing. It's a great little video, so I think you're going to like it. But on
next Sunday.
Or
next Saturday.
That's
will be
tomorrow.
Tetons.
And then the Tetons will be next Saturday. But anyways, on our way back from the Tetons, we drove through the park and we saw bison and elk all over the place.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, that was a much easier drive.
We missed Old Faithful by 15 minutes.
Yeah, and we couldn't sit around and wait for it. Carrie had to go to work, so we'll get back in there.
Judy Payne, hello.
Hey,
everyone.
Judy, thanks for joining us.
And I know everybody is so good about this. Donna jumped in on the second comment. I'm going to throw it out there right now before I forget. If you have a second, please everyone take a moment and hit that like button.
Thank you so much.
Means a lot.
Yeah, it helps us get out to the masses.
Crow's Nest. Hey y'all, looks like a beautiful day there.
It is. Thanks for joining us, Crow's Nest. Cheers.
This is the weather I thought we would have been getting from when we first came up in mid-May.
Now, if I remember right, and I might be wrong, Crow's Nest is down in Mexico somewhere, right? Let us know if I'm correct about that. But you're 100% right. It's a beautiful day. It only got down into the mid-40s last night. Didn't even run the heater when we slept, and today it didn't get very hot. It got into the 70s.
I can't remember the last time we've slept without the heater.
Yeah, I know. It's been chilly.
This nomadic idea.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us.
Tegan, thank God it's wine night.
Yes,
Glad
yes.
to see you both. Thank you for joining us. Yes, it's a nice relaxation. We both worked hard today.
Yeah, yep. I got the video all done and ready to go. Tomorrow's video, so that one will be up early. It won't be any of this 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night deal. Why don't we tell everybody, the new people, because when you were first telling people about your wine and where you got it from, there was only a couple people in the room, and now we've got like 22 people.
Okay, tonight's wine was provided by Travels with Delaney. They brought it all the way from their hometown. Aldi is one of their go-to places, and I'm really glad they brought this. Chateau Ste. Michelle, and it's a Riesling, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yes, so thank you so much, Patrick and Patty, for bringing that for us. Carrie is enjoying it.
Eagle's Nest said, hey guys, I got my shot and beer ready.
Awesome.
So good to go.
Cheers, brother. You know, that's the one I was worried about, because when I said Crow's Nest, I believe you're from Mexico, or because I knew there was a Crow's Nest and I knew there was an Eagle's Nest, and I couldn't remember which one was from Mexico, but looks like I was right.
And we're an empty nest.
We are, yeah.
We are an
empty nesters.
Donna said, I'm making refrigerator pickles and drinking peach oolong tea.
Sounds fantastic.
I want the pickles.
I know.
That makes me think of the ones that we got at the Harvest House
Oh,
site.
man, yeah. In Athens, Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mr. Bill T. Hey,
Bill!
guy.
Cheers, brother.
Bill says you're looking mastodonish tonight, Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is,
I know, Bill, I know you've been under the weather for a little while. Hope you're feeling a little bit better now. The fact that you're able to sit there and join us in your same witty self means that you must feel better. So glad to see you here, Bill.
Big Ships, Little Boats. Dave says, first weekend we are not camping, and that's because this is such an exciting thing. Their daughter is graduating tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yay!
Well, I guess that's one of the good reasons not to go camping. You don't get those very often, and those kids work so hard for it. Parents too, because I know you guys had a lot to do with it, but fantastic. Pass on our congratulations to your daughter.
I know. I finally realized, when our kids graduated, why the parents are crying. And it's just like, oh, I don't have to remind them to do this, that, or the other anymore. It's like one less thing.
Yeah.
But guess what? There's still so many other things you have to remind them of. But oh well. But no, that's a very, very exciting time. We're very happy for you, and tell your daughter congratulations from us.
Yeah.
Chuck is here. Happy
Chuck Bronson?
Friday. Yeah.
Chuck.
The one and the only.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, I didn't know, man. We're starting to get a decent amount of people in here, so
He's the
glad
only
to
Chuck.
see you, Chuck. Who was I watching that was just coming back from Bend, Oregon? Oh, one of my friends who lives up in Washington. His wife, Randy, remember Lavisser? His wife had just come back from Bend, and I was thinking, man, I wish I would have known that she was going up there, because I would have definitely told her to swing by and do the whitewater rafting. Those are the they're the type of people that are into those high adventure type stuff, so they would have done it.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to repeat that.
No.
He's not playing right.
No, because when you say definitely and I'll definitely do this or we'll definitely go there, I don't think it should be a drink. I think it should be like where I was getting called down on it was like, oh, that's a great thing. Thanks for doing this. What do you guys think about that? And I'd be like, definitely. Yeah, then it's a drink.
Okay. This nomadic idea, hi guys, said, I love the bear getting into the coolers on the Nat Geo thing. I don't think you are.
I didn't see it.
I
No.
won't run it for him. But just bear in mind that it's just, bear in mind.
No pun intended. Bum.
Kind of like what we saw.
Yeah, over at the Bear and Grizzly Center there, they had a whole thing of where bears, you could see them getting into different coolers, different trash receptacles, so it was pretty amazing.
You need a college degree to learn how to operate the garbage containers here in West Yellowstone. They want to make sure that bears do not get into it. The garbage bin behind here, there's a key with a flip and a steel cord and a chain and then a lever you have to put your hand up in and pull and then lift it up.
Yeah, never mind the bears. Hell, Carrie and I can barely get into that thing.
Crow's Nest, you were right.
Mexico? Okay, yeah.
Lake Chapala, Mexico, near Guadalajara.
Like I said, Crow's Nest, Eagle's Nest. I knew one of them was from Mexico.
I love this name, RV Dare Yet.
RV, yeah, that's a good name.
That is a good play.
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah, very, very creative.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us.
Judy says, I'm in Lake George in the Adirondacks. We're going garnet mining tomorrow or
Awesome.
Sunday.
Awesome.
She's going to beat us. You know that.
Yeah, well,
we gotta hear about how you do, Judy.
the Adirondacks are beautiful. Carrie and I were stationed up in Plattsburgh, New York, so we drive through the Adirondacks to and from, and just a gorgeous area. So I have to admit I'm a little bit envious, and I'm super envious that you're going garnet hunting, and I hope you do well. Happy hunting.
Yeah, good luck. She's going to do better than us.
Probably.
I know she is. She said she went wine tasting today, came back to the room, and she took a nap. It sounds like an amazing day.
Yeah, that's a great day. Boy, I wish I was out there doing that. It's a fantastic day.
Eagle's Nest, who is Jim, by the way.
Jim?
He's in North Carolina. So the two nests,
Yep.
you got them right. Crow's Nest is in Mexico.
Okay.
And Eagle's Nest
and I'll remember Eagle's Nest is in North Carolina now.
And Bill T said he is doing much, much better. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. Good to hear, man.
I'm glad to hear that, Bill.
Yep.
Crow's Nest said, we just bought our F-250 truck and travel trailer last week. Took a trip to Idaho to get it. Now parked in Colorado until September and then hitting the road full time. Woohoo!
Awesome. Congratulations.
The 250, yeah.
Yeah. 250s are nice. I think when we bought our truck, we weren't into RVing or taking travel trailers anywhere. So we just got the 1500, and I thought that was a pretty darn big truck. till I started towing trailers and realized, wow, the limit hits out. So I think next time, if we ever do get a truck, we're going to go bigger. We're going to do at least a 250, 2500, something like that.
Well, at the time, it was perfect because you were doing it mostly for your metal detecting equipment, and we needed the 4-wheel drive so you could get in and out of crazy places. You know, the funny thing is when we first got the truck, Russ was so happy. It's like, I'm never going to drive this down a dirt road. I'm never going to take it down a gravel road. I'm not going to do it.
That thing was beautiful.
Until like 2 months after we had it, and then you backed into that pole.
Yeah, you have to bring that up, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But he got the after that, dirt roads were no problem at all.
Women never forget anything. Yeah, so I hit that, and then let's see, I also hit the neighbor's Mustang when I was getting ready to take that. Well, I figured it would come out, so I'll just say it now. When I was pulling the setting up to take the little guy Max out. So. But both of those accidents caused very little damage on our end.
Yeah, it was minor. So Pam said, hi from Pam and Jim in Seattle. We have a few minutes before heading over to our son's 30th birthday celebration. Yeesh.
Awesome.
I can't be over 35. I'm not sure how that's possible. I know. How does that happen?
Well, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. And tell your son happy birthday from the roads we roam.
Happy birthday to him, and congratulations to you guys. I know exactly what you're talking about, because I don't feel older than in my 30s myself.
Shh, I still feel like I'm 16. Well, not physically, but up here, I still feel like I'm 16.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I can't believe a guy like me, we drive this big old trailer. And like I said, I still feel, I probably make better decisions than I did when I was 16, but I don't think a whole lot different.
About when you were a teenager, yes, you do make better decisions when you're a teenager. RV Dare Yet said, we are Airstreamers from North Carolina. Love your channel.
Well, thank you so much.
Airstreams. Oh.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful trailers. We got the chance to walk in a bunch of them when we were at the Tampa show, and Kerry found one. I forget the model. Do you remember the model name?
Pretty sure it was the Flying Cloud.
Yeah, and she was like, this is it.
Bahama design style.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Airstreams are really nice rigs. One thing that we've said on many occasions about the Airstreams is that they're kind of timeless. I mean, if you have a well taken care of Airstream that's 20 years, 30 years old, and it's well taken care of, if you get the casual watcher, like maybe Kerry and I are casual Airstream we appreciate them, we can't really tell the difference. I'm sure you have your Airstream enthusiasts that know, they know anything, but to the majority of the people looking at Airstreams, you can't look at it like our Class A. You look at that and you say, okay, I know that's in the 90s,
It's a little dated.
Yeah, but where the Class A's, they just got that timeless, beautiful look about them.
I really love it. So if we ever meet up on the road, I want a tour. I'm putting in my request now. Just saying. Along with Pam, when we get to see their GMC,
yes,
I want a tour of that one as well.
Yeah.
Liz DC.
Hey Liz,
y'all.
thanks for joining
Liz.
us. I've been watching, I think it was Facebook. It's either Facebook or Instagram. I'm sorry, I can't tell, but I saw that your husband just installed that soft start or easy start. So that's cool.
The easy start, for the air conditioner.
Yeah.
Did you want to give a quick explanation what that is?
No, I don't know it well enough. It allows you to run the AC off of a smaller generator, so you don't have to have those big bulky ones. But other than that, I don't know a whole lot about it.
Cliff Note version. There you go. That's all we needed.
There you go. Okay.
Eat, sleep, RV, repeat.
Hey,
Well,
Lou and Angie, thanks for joining us.
Looks like the weather's improved where you are. Oh, yes, it is glorious. And it's supposed to be that way for the next 10 days.
Yep.
Billy and Abby are greeting the neighbors.
Yeah, because they're out there yelling back and forth between each other. But yeah, it's beautiful here. It's like I was saying earlier, it gets down to about 45 at night and mid 70s during the day.
Now is the time, if you're planning on coming to visit the park, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, this is perfect West Yellowstone weather. And like I said, we drove through the park, was it yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday.
Man, so beautiful. That park, I mean, Yellowstone is just an amazing place. Just like the Tetons. The whole time we were at the Tetons, every time I looked up, I could see the Tetons in the distance, and every time I had to audibilize. I mean, it wasn't, you couldn't just look at it and look away. It's like, wow. So.
Yeah, it's just, well, when we were in the Tetons, we were out there the first day, saw it was a little bit hazy. It hailed.
Yeah, you got that on video too.
Yes.
While you were using the pie as a what do you call it, as a stabilizer. So can I tell this story?
Sure, go ahead.
Since Kerry told the
Go ahead.
So anyways, we were out with Travels with Delaney, Patrick and Patty.
I literally just met them.
Yeah.
It was like 10 minutes into our meet and greet.
So we're talking, and all of a sudden, hail starts coming down. So we all rush into Boone, our Class A. We're sitting there, and Kerry is thinking, she says, you know what? I got to get this on video. So she opens up the kitchen window, and she leans over with her camera, and she's filming it. And I'm looking over at Kerry, and to me, it looks like her elbow with her sweater is right in the middle of this beautiful huckleberry pie she bought for Travels with Delaney. And I'm thinking, surely her elbow's not in that pie. I'm thinking, maybe it's have you ever looked at something and you've got a weird angle and it makes you think? Nope. I'm looking at it more, I'm like, no, her elbow's in that pie.
Not even a little bit, like all the way down.
Oh yeah. Whoa, she was just into it, man. It was so funny. But you know what? We ate the elbow huckleberry pie, and it was fantastic.
And Patrick was right on it. He got footage of it.
Yeah, see, I should have asked Patrick for that footage, because all we have is your audio portion. When you were filming, you realized, I'm like, Kerry, your elbow's right in the pie. And you didn't hear me at first because you were focused. I said, Kerry, your elbow's in the pie. All of a sudden you hear the camera moves, and you're like, oh no! So all we have is the audio.
Don't ask me to bring pie next time.
It was still a delicious pie. I don't know how you put it back together, but it didn't look too bad.
Yeah, where the jacket had pressed down into it, just kind of pushed everything out. So this nomadic idea told RV Dare Yet that they're Airstreamers as well. So we're getting this little Airstream group going in the room.
Yeah, heck, who knows? If Kerry has her way, we'll be an Airstreamer someday too,
I entered
maybe.
that Omaze.
Oh yeah.
That Omaze.
Don't you win a big old truck with that too?
We do, a F-250.
Nice.
So we get the 250 and don't. Ollie, Lena, and the RV. Howdy.
Hey, Ollie, Lena, and the RV. Thanks so much for joining us. Kerry's got allergies, and let me tell you about these pine trees out here. I'd never been in an area with so many pine trees, but you literally can see the pollen come off of them. I thought the tree back here was on fire the other morning. No, it's when the wind hits it and smoke comes off. So Kerry is, I think she's going to be like this until the pine trees stop pollinating.
It was really, really bad. Oh, what was it? Last Saturday's video when you showed me unboxing
the
videos, that was one of my worst days. I had the full-on migraine and everything. Took
some
Benadryl, and
you could see it. Your eyes were glazed over. You even looked pale in that video, but
and you still put me on TV.
Hey, that's all I had to work with. But yeah, beyond seeing the pine tree smoking out here, which is the pollen, every time it rains, you see yellow everywhere there is a puddle.
So Jim asked, what can you pull with your truck? So we've gotten rid of our truck, but we could pull up to 9,600 pounds with our GMC 1500.
So it was a GMC 1500 with a 5.3 V-liter. It's a Z71, which is the off-road package. And to tell you, with the Little Guy Max what was that thing when it was loaded? We got it weighed. I can't even remember what it weighed at.
What, the Little Guy?
Yeah, when we were fully weighed in.
We had 200 pounds left that we could put in there.
So roughly 9,400 pounds. And the Little Guy Max, I'm sorry, the...
no. Sorry, because the Little Guy we had 200 to meet the GVWR for the Little Guy.
Regardless, the 1500 GMC didn't even notice that the Little Guy Max was behind it. And there's a lot of things. You'll see the smaller size Toyota Tacomas or whatever they are. and they'll be towing a heavier fifth wheel, and people are like, oh wow, you can't tow that, but it's
We
some
learned
trucks,
something.
some trucks have larger, higher rated suspension, or they've got more beefier brakes and that sort of thing, and that's the thing that we notice. I think that's probably the only time I really felt the trailer behind the little guy Max. Not when I was towing or pulling, but when I was braking coming off of a steep hill. So,
Talking about steep, well, we'll get into that in a minute. I got to get caught up.
Okay,
here.
all right.
Lynn is here, and she's glad to finally join us. Hi, Lynn.
Thanks for joining us, Lynn.
I'm glad to hear from you again as well.
Yeah, and congratulations to your daughter. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I think that was Dave that said that.
I have no idea why this. I think like the sun there. I can start reading again. The sun was like right on my phone.
Yeah. It's hard to see.
So Ollie Lena in the RV said, haha, my first wreck, I backed into a mailbox. Half my bumper is in getting repaired right now. So
Hey, it happens. It happens.
bumper buddies.
That's the thing that we've learned here. We've not had a whole lot of bad things happen. Knock on wood. But when they do, you just roll with it. It's not worth the stress. It took me a long time to realize that, how much stress and worry and irritation, is that really going to fix the problem?
No, and in the long term, it really wasn't worth any stress.
So I'm 47 and a half years old. It took me about 47 years to figure that out.
Okay, he's still under 10 when it comes to how he feels.
Yeah.
You don't say half ages.
Well, I had to show that it took me 47 years basically to figure that out.
All right, I'll allow that.
I didn't know any other way to put it.
Liz DC1 said, I'm in a mad rush to pack up for our annual trip to Assateague Island beach camping for 12 days.
Sounds fabulous.
Open up that big
Beach.
Stargazing window.
Yeah.
Put your feet out, like put some pillows up there, and you can put your feet out there and just stare out at the beach.
Beach and camping, can't beat that.
Oh, yes. So this nomadic idea, their Airstream is in 1976, and I bet you, like you said, we wouldn't
even know. Yeah, and really, I love those retro rigs.
Oh, me too.
Some of the coolest like Class A's I've seen are the like the 80s type, or you get into the 70s of the GMCs. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Mm-hmm. What was that one that you showed me today that you saw online? It was that short little...
Oh yeah, it was a 1970s Star. It was from StarCraft, and I can't remember the model, but the people that made it, I can't even remember their Instagram handle, but they have it all hot rodded out. It looks amazing.
Very cool. So Liz said, in 5 years, she wants to get a Globetrotter 25-foot. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to be Googling that after.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
No, I know it's a 25-foot trailer, that's all.
I bet you it's amazing, and it'll look even more amazing after Liz gets her hands on it, that I'm sure of.
Yeah, and that's the thing about RVing. Mm-hmm. When we first started, you hear these people, oh, my first RV is this, and my second one. I'm like, how many have you had? And they're like, oh, I think this is my 8th. And we're like, shut up, we'll never do that. Well, guess what? 6 months in, we're on number 2. So, yeah, it's just the way it goes.
Well, there was that joke that we heard, time and time again, that as soon as you get one RV, you're already shopping.
You are. We had this. We're talking about, are we going to do a schoolie? Are we going to do a 40-foot diesel pusher?
But I also think that, you get more comfortable, and you're like us. We felt more comfortable to move up to an A.
Yeah.
Maybe you've already gone to see all the places that you could go in with your smaller rig or your truck camper or whatever, and now you're ready to go do some different type of camping.
Yeah.
So you need different equipment.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I agree.
Lost and Loving Life. I like that
Lost and Loving
name.
Life. I haven't heard that name before. If you've been here before, I apologize. There's just quite a few names, but thank you for joining us.
Hi,
and
guys.
That's a cool name.
Yes, just got off work and headed home in Southern California traffic. Oy vey.
Oy. Yeah, our daughter lives in LA, and she, like at one point, she only lived like 5 miles away from home, but it was what, a half an hour drive?
It took forever for
yeah.
her.
So.
She's looking forward to, or they're looking forward to their glass of wine. Cheers. So,
Cheers
to you. I did a legitimate cheers and took a drink. Your mom said, "Oh, and I like you." Hint, hint. So I think Mom in the room is telling everybody, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Just takes a second, and we would appreciate that. Thanks for the reminder, Mom. Liz said, yes, it works great. We also got a small generator, the Easy
Okay,
Start.
so she's talking about the
Yep.
Easy Start. Yep.
This number, West Cobb.
Boy, I can't get the top on here. Going on to number 2.
Uh-oh.
Second pint.
Liz
It's going to
is
get
amused
crazy.
by our pie story. And I'm going back to the pollen for a moment here because we are just sitting here and
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can see the pollen
I'm
all over
looking
the phone.
on the phone because we're streaming off of Russ's phone at the moment. And he's got, I mean, the entire thing is covered with this green dust. We won't be able to see anything.
And
at
you
the
know
end.
what is I made sure to wipe it down because remember the last live chat we had last Sunday, it was kind of streaky
Yep.
and I had to wipe it off, so I did that before we started.
Very
So
good.
all that pollen you're seeing on the screen right now.
Well, if it suddenly looks like where snow is coming, like it's all snowed out, it's
Yeah.
just the pollen covering.
pipe up
everything.
and I will wipe it down.
Yes, Judy, there are a lot of Georgia people in this room.
Georgia.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think Southland RV probably is responsible for that. They seem to be a rock star. What did you do?
I don't know. It just fizzed up.
Susan said she dreams of Airstreams too. Omaze currently has a giveaway you can enter, I think now through August 1st, and you could win a Ford F-250 and a brand new Airstream.
Man, what a deal. Whew.
But if you win it and we don't, you get to invite us to come out so I can look at it and drive the truck around a little bit. And Rosebud said, we're Airstream-like. Yes, I think the casitas kind of are.
I
They're
think
just like
they
the
are.
little
I think what
they're like
he's
little Airstreams.
what
you know?
he's saying is that the casitas are also timeless. You look at
They
the
are.
older ones, like Ace and Amanda. I kept saying, "Oh, I think they've got a 2012."
It was
They actually have
4.
a 2004,
Yeah.
and I can't tell a whole lot. And no disrespect, Rosebuds. It's just me not knowing casitas that well. But the overall look when I see theirs versus a 2018, like what you guys have, or a 17, I don't see a whole lot of difference.
Well,
So-
they took all their logos off, and theirs actually looks like an Oliver.
Yeah.
Now, which is another very cool.
But which is a good thing.
Outside Las Vegas, that's another new name. Hello from Las Vegas, our old hometown.
Cheers. Yeah, we lived in Vegas for several years.
7 years when the kids were younger, and then
Yep.
we moved back again when
We
Brett
lived in-
graduated high school for about 3 years.
Yeah, and then we lived in Henderson at that point.
Yeah.
Henderson, Vegas, you can't
I
tell the
count
difference.
Henderson is Vegas.
Half the people there, the only way you can tell if you're in Henderson or Las Vegas is by the patrol cars you see out there.
Oh, Ollie and Lena in the RV said, dang, I only have 2 bars equals buffering.
Oh. So yeah, you know what was funny is one day I was pumping gas in Vegas and this tourist or somebody was passing through asked
yeah, I
me,
remember
and he wanted directions basically. And back then I was a lot younger and a lot more sarcastic. And he says, "Hey, are you from Vegas?" I said, "Nobody's from Vegas," you know, because really nobody is. I think you talk to 100 people and ask them, are they originally from Vegas? Maybe 10 of them.
Well, and especially
We'll
at
say
that
yes.
time because we moved
Yeah.
in right when the housing
Housing
boom
boom.
was first starting. So many people were moving in.
We
Our
did
kids
well.
were rezoned. Now, we lived in the same house, but our kids were rezoned 4 times in a matter of 3 years.
Yeah, for schools, and we hadn't moved once in that 4 years.
JT says, howdy from Tucson. From
Cheers,
and
JT.
They're on the move. Mm-hmm. They're on the move.
Aren't they from El Paso?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And it must be hot in Tucson right now.
I imagine, man. If you guys are looking for a good boondocking spot near Tucson, I don't know if you would because it's so darn hot, but in Marana, I think it's called the Ironwood National Monument. If you don't have your dogs with you, that is a fantastic place to boondock. If you have your dogs with you, they've got these little sticky things that
Barbs.
look like missiles with barbs on them, and they will get inside everywhere with the dog and embed themselves. We learned the hard way with Abby, but if you don't have your dogs, fantastic place to go.
Ed Reed. Hi, Ed.
Hey, Ed. Thanks for
And he's
joining
saying
us.
hello to everyone in the room. Hey, gang. RV Dariet said, we loved Yellowstone.
Oh,
And here, you're going to like this story. Unfortunately, I ran over the stop sign turning into Fishing Bridge, LOL. Got to spend some quality time with the ranger. I like how you put that.
oh man. Well, I could
I
tell.
would be mortified. I'd be terrified if I did that.
I could tell already that you have a good attitude and about it. Like I said, it is what it is. Things happen. But I will tell you one thing. I guarantee you that's not the first time that stop sign's been run into, and I guarantee it's not the last time either.
So David said, talked about changing RVs, that he went from a tent to a Class C to a Class A to the little guy Max. What a change.
Yeah, we've noticed a lot of progression like that. We talked to the Delaney's, or not Delaney's, I'm sorry. We talked to Travels with Delaney, Patty and Patrick, and they had mentioned too that they had kind of done they'd done a lot of backpacking. They'd been in some bigger fifth wheels, some bigger travel trailers, and now they're back into the 400. So yeah, makes sense.
Lewis wants to know, what happened to your cool hat?
Which one? The red American one that Kerry says looks nasty is sitting right in there. I wore this.
No,
right.
I think he's talking about your big old farmer.
Oh yeah. I wear that normally when I'm out walking around. If I were wearing them here, Kerry and I'd be bumping heads all the time because it comes out like here.
I'd be getting shade underneath.
Yeah.
It.
So I'm just not wearing it now. I wear it when I'm out and about. When I want to look super cool.
He's heading out to Myrtle Beach in early August for their 30th wedding anniversary.
Oh, well, congratulations. 30 years. Wow.
Yeah.
It's rare nowadays. Kerry and I are on our 27th. We just had our 27th.
Yes. Let's see. Ollie Lena in the RV said that the saying is that your fourth RV, you get your fourth RV before you think you really have it right.
Yeah, I think I could see that because there's so much to learn and so much to do and so many opportunities and experiences to really kind of learn what it is that you need or want. So I get that. Yeah.
Jim says, looking to buy a Jeep that pulls 7,200 pounds and thinking of getting a 26 to 28 foot trailer weighing about 5,000. Do you think that would work?
What are the numbers again?
So if the Jeep can pull 7,200 and the trailer weighs about 5,000. Now, I will probably get a little bit of this wrong, so somebody in the room can pipe up with the other info, or you can. Now, pulling is a little bit different than the towing capacity in some vehicles, because they say a lot of vehicles can just pull a vehicle
no problem.
Fine,
yeah,
but the ability for it to, when you're going downhill, the braking capability and having all that weight behind you, I forget the terminology for that.
Yeah, here's the quick skinny on it. Basically, if you're the Jeep, and I don't know much about Jeeps, so if your Jeep is rated to tow higher than what your trailer is, weight of your trailer, and you stay underneath the that limit with all the other stuff that you put in it, water and stuff, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Judy asked, how are Ace and Amanda enjoying their work camping?
We haven't been hearing from them lately.
They've been working a lot.
Yeah, they've been working a lot.
Ace told Russ to get a job.
I know if you were watching Sundays, last Sunday thing, he's like, Russ, you need a job. And I jumped, Ace, I have a job.
I think he was just mad that, he had to go into work and you got to work in the RV. So.
No, I think what he was talking about is because we were talking about, at the time we were talking about work camping and all. And I'm the only one out of the four of us that hasn't work camped at all. But I don't know. I know they're a couple weeks behind, not behind, but the way they do their videos, they're a couple weeks back. So I think you're still seeing videos of them
on their trip to Yellowstone.
Before they got to Yellowstone. Yeah. Thanks for asking. I'm gonna have to text them and find out because I'm curious myself.
And that's one of the things that I've just been talking to people around the area, that if you are in the park working, they can work you pretty hard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they offer incentives. So they got a job through in the park. There's 2 companies that offer work camping jobs in Yellowstone, Delaware North and Xantura. And they got the job through Delaware North, and you get a...
Hoss! Sorry.
Hi, Hoss!
I've been not jumping in, but when Hoss jumps in like that and says, hi, all, I had to jump in.
But they will give you incentives if you stay the whole summer.
Yeah.
And that right there will tell you that these jobs, you know, you are working for your money. And
Yeah, if they're giving you a completion bonus, there's a reason they're giving free money away.
But if you stay the whole time, it's very lucrative. It's worth your while.
Yeah, I think they're working a lot of hours. I know, Kerry, you're working quite a few hours too. We were thinking you might get 20, 24 hours. You're getting 30 hours a week.
Plus, yeah. And that's been with the store being slow because the tourism's been slow. But now that all the good weather's coming in, we're starting to see that uptick.
Yeah.
This week, they're ramping up for the 4th of July.
Oh,
You know they have the 4th of July parade at 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah, well, it doesn't get dark here until 9:30.
And I found out there's fireworks.
You know, here too, I was talking to Ace, and the whole reason that they've been working so much is he had to work a lot of overtime because they're at Fishing Bridge. He had to work a lot of overtime to put up this stop sign that got knocked over by somebody. So I'm just kidding. But Ace and Amanda are at Fishing Bridge, but they don't do construction. They do retail stuff.
Here's another. Oh, JT says on our way to meet our daughter at Disneyland for her 30th birthday.
Wow, there's a lot of 30th birthdays coming up here. I've never been to Disneyland. You guys are going to have to let me know how it goes.
Well, you could have gone to Disney World in January.
I've never been to any Disney.
But you said no.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't want to go.
I didn't want to spend the money.
I see a familiar logo that just popped up.
Expensive. Yeah, Michael and Tiffany just popped in. That's another channel. Hey guys, we were out with Patrick and Patty, and we talked about Michael and Tiffany a lot. Yeah, we talked about you guys a lot. We had an amazing time. The only thing that was missing was you two. So we hope you sell your house soon. We hope you're on the road. We can't wait to see those videos, and we can't wait to bump into you guys on the road.
I have a new name for you.
Awesome.
Just a Crazy 2.
Just a Crazy what?
2.
2, like number 2?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I guess it's a couple, just a
Yep.
Crazy 2. Thank you so much for joining us.
And they said, "What is the giveaway again?"
The giveaway.
We don't have a giveaway, but I think if you tuned in last or late, and you might have caught me talking about Omaze.
Oh.
Omaze has a fundraiser. So if you're not familiar with it, it's this vehicle, a lot like GoFundMe and whatnot, but they're for charities that raise money for different things. And Omaze has this one where they're giving away a 2019 Airstream and a Ford F-250, like a F-250. And if you just do a donation, I believe it supports veterans charity, and you have a chance to win those. So that's what the giveaway is. I wish we could say we were giving that away, but we're not.
Fantastic charity. Anything to do with our veterans, I think is outstanding. And if there are any veterans in our chat room right now, Kerry and I thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It's what you've done and what you and all the other veterans before us have done that make it possible for us to have such an amazing time out here and be able to have the freedoms to go and do what we want to do.
Destination Chronicles said, hey. I don't know if that's the inflection that you were
hey. No, I got it.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, I'm on top of it.
All right, I think Rosebud's Travels are the winners in the room as far as the length of being married. 41.
41, yeah.
Congratulations, guys. That's an accomplishment. David Elwell said, we had a Jeep and we were told that we could only tow up to 5,000. That's why I said it's tricky with some of these, the specs on the vehicles. Some will say they can pull a certain amount, like if you're pulling a load and it's just pulling and towing. So make sure you double check at whatever Jeep you're looking at. And like Russ mentioned earlier, you could get a Jeep that is outfitted differently with brakes or other things that allow it to get that full amount. So it may be just fine, but just double check the verbiage on the spec sheet.
Yeah. So I want to jump in here real quick. We're just talking about towing and braking and all. And I don't think I got any video. I failed. I should have gotten video on this, but on the way to the Tetons, we went through the Tetons Pass, which has Jackson Hole all the way down at the bottom of this unbelievable pass. 10% grades for like 5 miles. Going up was not a problem. And I really thought that that's where we're going to have issues. It was coming down. We actually had to pull over. I could smell the brakes, and I was in first gear, and when I hit the crest and started going down, I purposefully went slow. I mean, I was doing like 20 at that point. But even in first gear, starting off at 20 miles an hour, if I wasn't on the brakes hard, I was going to be in that 40, 50, 55 mile an hour range. So we actually had to pull over and let the brakes cool down for about 10, 15 minutes.
And I saw the scariest runaway ramps that I have ever seen. They're the cabling type similar that they use on the
yeah, like you would see on a, what do they call them?
A carrier ship.
Carrier, yes.
And but not only do they have the cable, so if your truck or your RV is running away and the brakes fail and you have to try to get into this, they have the concrete, what do they call those, dividers. You're going to have to try to aim to get in there first of all, and then hope those cables catch you. And if they don't, it just goes off into nothing. There's no end block. It's just a wide open end part.
The way the cables are,
terrified me.
You can't miss them. I mean, because they're the whole length of the thing, and they just kind of wrap around the whole bit. But yeah, no, that would be scary. The other one I saw, they had the runaway truck ramps on the left-hand side of the road, so you'd actually have to cross traffic to get into those. So either way, not a good option.
A good options either way. So when we came back, then the only reason why we went that way from West Yellowstone to the Tetons, where we were meeting Travels with Delaney,
had to go to Walmart.
We went to Walmart.
Yeah.
And so what should have been a 3.5 hour drive wound up taking us close to 5 or 6, because we had to stop and rest and take our time.
Yeah.
And then there was road construction just outside Jackson.
And I had a business call I had to attend to when we were at Walmart.
But when we came back through the park, and we left early in the morning, we left at 6 in the morning. It only took us 2.5 hours.
Yeah, there's some elevation there as well, but not nearly like the elevation going through the Teton Pass. So if you're heading to Jackson Hole or the Tetons actually, from West Yellowstone, highly suggest going through the park.
Yes, very much so.
But, well, no, let me take that back. If you're looking for the easiest way to go through the park.
Easiest way in your brakes.
Yeah, but both ways are absolutely gorgeous.
Adria Chang. Hi, Adria.
Hey, Adria. Thanks for joining us.
Crow's Nest said, hey, saying hello to RVDM.
Okay.
And Adria said, just got here a little bit late. That's okay. We don't mind whatever time you decide to join us.
Adria has the best questions. I mean,
she does.
They're in buying mode, I think, right now, or they just bought. But love Adria's questions. A lot of times I don't know the answer, but a lot of times there are a lot of people inside the chat room here that do know the answers.
So RVDM said, thanks for the welcome. We're working hard to get ready for our open house this weekend.
Yeah.
Hope to have the house sold soon. I'm thinking you should offer your viewers a discount if they buy your house. That's a good selling tactic, right? Yeah.
Half the viewers are wanting to do what they're doing, so they're not wanting to take out a house. But we know that's a lot of work and a lot of trials, and it kind of difficult because everything is we've been in that position too. Everything's resting on got to get this house sold. So we wish you the best of luck there.
I'm trying to catch up. The sun's still glaring. Lynn said 35 hours sounds great to us for work hours. We work over 50 each week. Life is too short. It's time for us to try this lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, right now, we're kind of torn a little bit because so Russ still has his job, And with me doing the work camping, but then also trying to keep up, I feel like I've fallen. I know I have fallen behind.
Oh yeah, we both have
our blogging and things like that. And I said that's something that I'm going to have to consider if we were ever considering work camping again. But I'm glad to have gone through this experience because so many people have asked questions about work camping, and to just go through the process, see what it's like, talk to other work campers, which has been invaluable. We ran into one couple at one of the other stores. They were work camping.
Yeah, they've been doing it. I think they've been coming up here 7 years, but they've been full-timing for 11 years, so they have a wealth of information.
Yeah, they had the number one piece of advice that they passed along to us was be wary of the places that if they say they offer you a campsite but still charge you for the utilities,
even if it's $5,
they are going to work you like crazy.
Yeah.
And ours, we're not paying. It's totally, they've covered everything with our campsite.
They've actually said it wasn't just be wary, it was do not work anywhere that requires you to pay any sort of fee for your camping, is what they were talking about.
Yeah, and I mean, it's good to hear from people like that. So know that you have options. If you're thinking of work camping, know you have options, but also ask other people that have work camped before. Say, hey, does this sound like a good deal or not?
Yeah, so Kerry's, like we said, we took this mostly because we wanted to have some real world experience when we talked to y'all about work camping. Excuse me. But I think we're also going to do I'm going to take on a work camping later on. And it works for me because it's just a 2-week, 3-week deal. I want to do the beet harvest because
He says he wants to now.
Yeah, when I'm doing it, when you're working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm probably not going to be very happy.
I'm going on vacation. I'm taking the dogs and we're out.
Yeah, but there are so many people that ask about this and have questions about it. I think it's necessary. And for me, I can't take on a long one like Kerry, 2-3 months, just because I do work full time with my company, First Texas Products, but I can work in a 2-week deal.
Yes.
So that a 2 or 3 week deal. So I'm going to try the beet harvest, and I wouldn't want to have to put you through that.
I'd do it.
I know you would, and I know you can.
I'd get muscles.
But I'd rather do it than make you do it.
JT, you're cruel. Truly, truly cruel.
Uh-oh, what's up?
So he's in Tucson. What is in Tucson?
Tucson's in Tucson.
What do we always stop and get in Tucson?
Oh my goodness, In-N-Out?
Yes.
Oh, golly.
Yep. He said, sorry, I have to say goodbye. Just found the In-N-Out. We could have told you right where it was. Pick some up.
Cordona Drive, is that what it is? Cordona?
Well, there's two, but yeah, he's part Cordaro.
Cordora, yeah. Oh, man. Have a bite for me.
Oh, man. I want
double.
Let's see. Destination Chronicles said I had a 6-cylinder Jeep and my best bud had an 8. It makes a huge difference on pulling.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
See, I was right, somewhat.
Yeah.
I don't know all the technical details, but I have a rough idea. Jim said, I hope it doesn't take me 4 RVs to get it right. At my age, I'm trying to get it right the first time. That's why I watch you guys. I learned so much. 2 years, I still have to sell everything I own.
Yeah. And, really when people are saying, 4th RV and all, it's just one of those things. I mean, we
would have still been fine in a little guy box.
if we weren't working, I think. If we weren't working. And and that's why we kept the little guy Max, because I don't think we were wrong by choosing the little guy Max.
No.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And all you got to do is just keep doing your research and watch a lot of channels, not just us. Obviously, we have some insight on the little guy Max and small travel trailers, and now the Class A, we're learning that, but watch as much video as you can.
And spend some time in it. It's a big purchase, and if you're planning on going full time, there is no problem with you going to a dealership and sitting in it for a while.
Yeah, and
picture yourself in the space. Picture yourself doing the things that you see yourself doing,
and maybe even rent a couple of different models.
Yeah.
Maybe rent a Class A if that's what you're thinking of. Maybe rent a Class C, and maybe rent a travel trailer, that sort of deal, and go out for 3 to 5 days and see what it's like to not only live in one like Kerry's talking about, but tow one and try to park one and find areas to go to.
Now, I found out, now our dealership did not do this, but there are a lot of dealerships that will. They have parking lots, larger areas where they'll help show you how to drive some of these things. I wish ours would have, because, who knows? But our big fear was the towing bit and the driving and getting used to that for a little while. So now, I mean, it's funny. We're talking about going down to Vegas to pick up our little guy Max after, and we've got the hookup area in the back of the Class A, and Russ is like, "Oh, we'll just hook it in the back there." Now, if you had told him a year ago that you'd be driving a Class A and you're going to
34-foot Class A,
and you're going to hook up a travel trailer to it and you're going to drive it somewhere, you would not have even. You would have laughed.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Don't make your decision on towing or on your travel trailer or whatever it is due to size, because that comfortableness comes very quickly. At first, man, it's white knuckled and you're all nervous and all, but the learning curve is very, very quick. And the biggest thing I can say about driving RVs, whether it's a travel trailer, whether it's a Class A like this, is drive
Comfort
the way
level
that makes it comfortable for you. Don't worry about the traffic around you. I'd rather have somebody pissed at me because I'm going too slow and honking as they go by than cause an accident and hurt somebody, hurt ourselves, or cost thousands of dollars of damage to our home. And really, when you're full-time, that's the thing you have to think about. It's not just a car like it was when you were in sticks and bricks. This is your car. This is your home. This is everything. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And you, when we were talking to Patrick the other day, and he was talking about finding that 45-mile, when he had the fifth wheel, I think it was. He said, get better gas mileage, but you're also more comfortable.
That's the thing, too. Kerry and I, we said when we started off, we're not going to go over 60 miles an hour. And really, just for safety reasons. But I noticed a huge difference when I drove 55 miles an hour versus 60 miles an hour.
With the gas mileage.
So so that's another reason to take it slow, is gas mileage is so much better.
Just a Crazy Two said or asked, have you met the happy camper wives on the road at all? No, we have not.
We have not.
Are they in the area?
Yeah.
We'll have to reach out to them.
I haven't even heard of them yet, actually.
It sounds familiar to me. After a while, it's like all these YouTube names.
Oh, there's so many out there.
I hate to say like what I think they are and then get it wrong. So I think I know who they are, but I'll have to double check. If I see their faces, then I'll know.
We're up to meeting anybody. So really, if anybody is, if you notice where we are and you're in the area, or if you think we're going to pass by, reach out to us, because we love meeting people. Like I said, recently we just met with Patrick and Patty. We met with Amanda and
they're on their way to Portland.
What was the couple that came into the store?
Mark.
Sherry and Mark came in the store. So
come see me while I'm working.
That's why we did this, was to be much more social. Now, I come from a law enforcement background before I got into marketing, and it was really different for me to open up to people unless you were a cop. If you were a cop, I could talk to you. If you weren't a cop, I didn't trust you. But I've noticed a huge growth with just me being able to talk to people, and I enjoy meeting new people now. Before, I didn't really like meeting new people, but now I love meeting new people. So if you know we're going to be in the area, or if you see us, swing on by and let us know, because we'd love to hang out with you.
We would love to. So Adria said that she and her husband, they will be, it's their 28th year, but they're planning a big celebration on their 30th anniversary.
Okay. Well, awesome.
And, I remember that growing up when you had like the milestone anniversary parties, and you'd throw them for, the parents and stuff like that. Yes. And Haas brings up a very important comment. He said, Adria, it doesn't seem to mean as much in today's world. Oh, well, to each their own. Yeah. You just don't hear that. And that's why I am always inspired by the couples that have been together for so long. And now that, we've been together as long as we have, you realize the amount of work that goes into a relationship like that. And I think with our kids, out of all their friends, we were the only parents that had been together the entire time. Like all their parents had been divorced and split, and it's just, and there's nothing wrong if you, like our daughter got divorced, because if you're in a bad situation, you get out of a bad situation, but yet seeing couples that have just endured and made it that long, it's just an
inspiring. I remember when you and I first got married, I think we'd only been married not even a year yet, and I don't know if it was Fort Dix or if it was Kirtland Air Force Base or not, but I can remember you and I were going past the clinic or the hospital or something. We saw this old couple, both of them bent over, canes, holding hands, and I remember, I don't know who said it, if it was me or you, but saying, I can't wait for that.
I think it was you. You're a big romantic.
Yeah. I'm a softie.
You're a big softie. Ollie Lean in the RV said to Jim, I'm on number 2 RV in 2 years and wish I had gone bigger. Yeah.
Well, if you're full-time and like us, that even this seemed massive when we got into it, but it starts to get small quick. And for this, really, it's not really living space. I haven't felt that we are small, but where I feel small is storage right now. There's a lot of stuff inside. Now, outside storage, we have a bunch because we have all these bins.
And you know what? We have a much older RV, so our storage compared to some of the newer Class A's, the underside storage is less. Because we saw some of those in Moab where, you could...
Oh, the guy was crawling in it.
And
disappearing.
Sitting up. You could sit up and crawl through the other side. We can't do that in ours. But, one of the things that I loved when we downsized to the Little Guy Max is we downsized and got rid of so much. And it was such a weight lifted off of our shoulders because you could just focus on truly the things that were important. Now, I know that moving to the Class A, we've started to acquire a little bit more. Yeah. And keeping track of things. Where are things? In Little Guy Max, I could find anything.
I'm glad you could, because I couldn't.
Yes, but in less than a minute, I knew where everything was.
I wasn't allowed to go digging for stuff either.
No, because when he looks, he's horrible. He just throws everything out. And then when he finds what he needs, he goes away. And then I'm left to clean up the mess from after you've cleaned.
But no, I think so. The moral of the story here is I would probably go a little bigger than what you think you can deal with, especially when it comes to storage.
So this is something we should look into. RV Dare Yet said, I loved my Cummins going across Teton Pass. The engine brake really paid for itself.
Yeah, so Cummins, that's a diesel. And okay. I think Cummins, I can't remember. I think, I can't remember if that's Ford or Dodge. I think it's Ford. Sorry, there's all these car guys out there. What are you talking about? You don't know what
Russ
it is.
Is not a car guy.
Yeah, I'm not a car guy or truck guy. But I agree. The engine brake would be fantastic. I definitely could have used it on this. And the only times that this has struggled has been downhill. It's never been uphill.
That's true. And we've noticed lately that after we climb and we start coming down a little bit, something's slipping.
Not slipping. It's shifting a little bit harder.
That's what it is.
That is in tomorrow's video. So check that out. I experienced something. I don't want to give it away because I want you guys to watch the video, but if you understand, if you're a motorhead or if you understand Cummins' Ram, I know Hoss would know that, but which is Dodge Mopar. But if you know mechanics, you know vehicles, check it out because I am having a little bit of an issue and it's baffling because it goes away after doing something that's really minor. So watch that video and check that out.
RVDM is responding to the thing about giving a discount to viewers. Said nice idea. So, and
I should have brought 3 of these. I'm about on my last one here.
You're done. You haven't eaten dinner yet. Alilina in the RV said, "Oh, elevation and dogs. I have a 7-year-old boxer. Did your dogs have trouble adjusting to the elevation?" No, not that. I noticed Abby drinks a lot more.
Yeah.
Especially when we were in the Tetons. I mean, I was refilling that water bowl nonstop for her. And that was the biggest thing that I noticed. But other than that, have you noticed anything?
No.
Okay.
No. Billy still sleeps 23 and a half hours a day. And Abby is, I haven't really noticed much with Abby. Although Abby is afraid of everything. I was out walking her in the Tetons. And I walked out of the campground area, or the campsites, and was heading down this path, and it got, the trees just started growing up everywhere. Got a little dark, and Abby's like, "No, don't want to deal with this."
Let's see. Donna said there's a network of professionals. So talking about the driving and learning how to drive. Mm-hmm. Donna said there's a network of professional RV driving teachers all across the USA. When I find the info, I'll send it to us.
Fantastic. And then we'll share it with everybody else.
She's planning on taking a class.
Yeah.
Or 2.
So there's also with Escape Ease, they have their big get together every year, but they also have a driving course there as well. They've got a boot camp that you can go to, which highly suggest, especially
and it's just a
if
fun
you're going to
time.
go full time.
If you're going to do that, because they have so many other sessions.
Yeah.
And then just people around and gatherings that
the instructors are really good too.
Yep. Yeah. Well, what's great about the instructors is they're full-time RVers.
Yes.
So they're living the life that you want to live, or even if you're only a part-time RVer, somebody that is living it full-time will be able to give you a lot of good information.
Yep.
Hi, Ethel.
Hey,
Ethel Mertz, was talking to RV Dare Yet, said congratulations, but I just wanted to shout out to Ethel. Susan, I'm impressed. She said, I drove our Class A pulling a truck from Cape Hatteras on trash day. First time driving it.
Wow.
Figured out that after the first 5 feet in length, it doesn't matter. It all follows you no matter what.
Yeah, you're probably right there. The only thing for people getting into Class A's, I think the most concerning thing, or the thing that you need to watch for if you're not already aware of, is your right-hand turns. You want to be able to see with that little convex mirror here on your, you can't see our RV, but I keep pointing at it. You want that convex mirror pointed where you can see your rear tires. That way you can make sure that you're not cutting too tight and damaging your RV. But
are you serious?
Yeah. But, well, we're 67 minutes, so we're going to keep going, though, because we still have 35 people in here.
All right. Well, when you get the second notification.
Yep.
So Judy said, I have a sister that doesn't have a camper and doesn't want a camper, but constantly gives me advice. Well, that's what sisters are for.
Yep. I hear that a lot from your sisters.
Oh, yes. They think I'm crazy. They absolutely do. Although my youngest sister has 4 kids.
And a horse, and
a
75
horse and
dogs.
4 dogs. I'm sure she wants to escape with us sometime.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Let's see. Stroke Steve RV Life.
Huh, I haven't heard that one. That's a new one.
Says, I know exactly how you feel. I was a police officer, and I know what you mean. I didn't like most people or trust them.
Yeah,
What is it with former law enforcement going into to RV life?
There's a lot of them out there.
I feel totally safe at RV campgrounds because at least 30% are retired cops.
I think the difficult thing about being ex-law enforcement or being law enforcement and talking to people is a lot of your experiences and with people have always been you're always aware of what's going on in this situation, because you start out behind the 8 ball. You can't just immediately jump out and use force on somebody. You have to react to what they're doing. So you're looking for clues, whether it's verbal, whether they're standing. For example, if I'm standing there talking to somebody and they're straight on to me like this, not a problem. But all of a sudden, if I see them kind of turn themselves and blade, I'm like, why is he bladed? because he's going to attack me, because that's how we fight. And you're looking for verbal clues. You're looking for things like...
So note to self, when you do a meetup with us, don't blade yourself when you say hi to Russ.
I'm past that. But another thing too is you have somebody that's super nice. And you're like, why is he being so nice? What is he hiding? You know, the old. There's a couple of sayings that I went by in law enforcement. Number one was be polite to everybody, but have a plan to kill them.
Okay.
No, I mean, that's a law enforcement thing. And then number two was, I can't remember what number two was. But anyways, because Kerry just shut me down. So, but
I'm sorry.
no, and that's the thing. That's, I think, why ex-law enforcement and law enforcement officers have a hard time dealing with people, because they have this sense of humor that
a very unique sense of humor.
A lot of people don't get. And that sense of humor is a way to deal with a lot of the things that they've seen and dealt with in their lives. So anyways, moving on.
Moving on?
Yep.
Say hello to King Frankenstein.
King Frankenstein.
Yes.
Yes, I am very paranoid, Judy.
King said, what up? I just finished restoring my granddad's Airstream to its former glory.
Wow. Do you have is it on your YouTube channel? We haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to click through and check that out, because that sounds awesome.
Yes. And I'm like full on reno. So I have this week, I have one coat left to do on all of the upper cabinets and the kitchen cabinets, repainting in the RV. So from the kitchen forward, I have painted.
It looks so much brighter in there too with what you've done.
Yeah, and I mean, I wish, like, I watched some of these reno videos where people could gut it, and then they have those really convenient sprayers.
Yeah, but you know, like we mentioned before, we live in this thing, and unfortunately, we're not where family is right now, so we can't pull over. And if you notice, Kerry's saying I, but that's because it is her.
No, you undid the handles and the hinges.
She won't let me paint. I am the world's most horrible painter.
He is so artistic, I swear. And I mean, if it was a real painting class, he would be magnificent. Painting a flat surface wall one color he is incapable of doing.
I know.
And if you add in molding, even worse.
She won't even let me help. She's like, nope, don't want your help, Russ, because it turns into her having to go over and fix what I did.
So, but no, you helped with the hinges. And
mechanical stuff, taking stuff apart, I can do and did, but Kerry did all the tedious, monotonous work. So when we do show we're not going to do, we're going to show bits and pieces as we go about and do it.
Well, I mean, it'll be hard to hide it, because if we do footage from inside the RV, you'll probably see some of the areas.
But
and I felt horrible the first time Patrick and Patty, come in, with the hailstorm, and they come running in. We've got, all the blinds pulled out and holes in the wall, and the
but you know what?
Wallpaper doesn't match the paint. And
with that, I think it looks better in there, even though we're a quarter of the way through with the painting and wallpaper and stuff. I still think it looks better now than it did with all the dark wood in there.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah, no,
I was still, when you want to make a place look nice when they first come in, and it's like in the middle of renovation right now. So
we are going on a marathon chat here, but I'm having such a good time. We're gonna stick here.
That's because RV Me Happy joined the room.
Hey, RV Me Happy. That's another cool name. Man, where were you guys when we were trying to, they
were holding on to the good names.
I would have never thought about it. I would have never thought about it. So, but anyways, that's a cool name.
They said happy Friday. Great
happy
to finally
Friday.
Catch a live. Great channel, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate the kind words.
And Judy says, Russ, you are paranoid.
Yeah, I was answering that before.
Slightly.
Oh, I'm the worst paranoid person in the world. But it comes from the nature of my old job.
King Frankenstein says, I don't have any videos.
Okay. Do you if you have an Instagram or anything like that, I would love to check that out.
Yeah, so anybody in the room, we love to follow everybody that has joined in on our stuff. And if we're not following you already, if you notice that we haven't yet, just send us a quick little message, and we will make sure to follow you back, and your Instagram, things like that, because we love following you guys as well. Let's see. Ollie Lena RV. Police sense of humor warped as in a nurse's humor.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's when it came to you hear about this law. There's a thing out there, and you may know about it, you may not know about it, but there's a thing out there called professional courtesy, and professional courtesy is basically where, unless it's something that is criminal or a DUI, that, you know, big like that, there's professional courtesy. If I pulled a cop over for speeding or something like that, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna let them go. But the same thing with medical, whether they're nurses, whether they're ambulance drivers.
Real quick. Bye, Dave.
Bye, Dave. Firemen, that sort of thing. And the reason being is because they go through the same thing that law enforcement go through. And also, I don't want to be in the back of an ambulance or on a table and have a nurse there and say, "Oh, this is that guy that gave me a ticket." One and two, and how do I do CPR?
They wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but still, I made sure they wouldn't because I always let them go.
Ethel Mert said, "Hi, I'm back," because she had to leave for a bit.
Glad you joined us back, Ethel.
They will be married 29 years
Wow.
tomorrow.
Wow, happy
Congratulations.
anniversary.
I have ordered a Class B RV to celebrate.
Awesome.
Good for you.
You guys earned it.
Yeah, that's a nice anniversary present.
Yeah, it is.
What are you going to do to one up that?
Man, 30th anniversary. Boy, I don't know.
No, not the 30th. That's their 29th.
29th.
Yeah.
Boy, that's coming up quick.
You got to plan, huh?
Yeah.
No
Put me
pressure.
on the spot here. I'm getting nervous. You see me shifting and all?
Yeah, I know. Adria said, "Russ, I had an ex-boss years ago who was an officer in his previous life, and he said all cops have planned the perfect murder. That is scary." And Ethel said, "Yes, it is."
Yeah,
RV
no
Dariet-
comment.
RV Dariet said, "As a medic, it's similar to LEOs. Everyone we
Yes.
meet, we're looking at their veins." LOL.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yes.
Haas has to leave. He
Haas.
said, "As usual, love you guys. We love you too, Haas."
Love you, brother. Thank you.
And then King said, "If you were a cop in my area, you'd hate me. I'm the guy doing 150 in the middle of the night down the highway."
You know what, though? There's a lot of common sense when it comes to policing. And I tell you what, in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning on a highway where there's nobody there, I'm a lot more lenient for speed than I would be at, let's say, 3:15 on a Monday in a school zone. You know, you just have to use your common sense. And the way I looked at law enforcement was, is if I could get my message across, because really that's all you're doing in law enforcement, you're educating. If you can educate somebody and not give a citation, or not give an arrest, if you know that that education is going to do the same thing, why not take the easier route?
That's true. Very true.
Yep. I'm going to have to start a law enforcement YouTube channel. Ex-law enforcement YouTube channel.
Probably already out there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you already have 2 to manage.
I know.
You're busy.
I have 5 to manage because I
that's
manage
true.
all the company YouTube channels
That's
as
true.
well.
That's true.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Ali Lena in the RV said, "RV Dariet, so true. My kids get grossed when I see someone's veins and say, I could hit those from across the room."
You know what's funny is for a little while before I went from law enforcement to marketing. Those were my 2 big careers. But before I went into marketing from law enforcement, I worked at the VA hospital, the William S. Middleton VA hospital in Madison, Wisconsin. And I was doing biomed, which is safety checks on different medical equipment to make sure people aren't going to get shocked by them. But I was working on a defib, and we had to put it into defib, you know, to make sure that it could analyze correctly. So I had the analyzer on it, and a doctor walks by, he looks at it, he goes, he says, "I'd hit that." I'd shock that, is what he said.
that.
I'd shock that. And I just thought that was the funniest thing ever.
So Rosebuds Travels asked, "Have you seen Katie's Casita kitchen video?"
Yes, actually. Just saw it here today, as a matter of fact.
I've been at work, so I haven't seen
Yeah.
any
I've
videos
noticed
in
you
like
guys.
3 days.
You guys have had quite a few views on that, so fantastic. Those kitchen cooking ones, I was thinking it's got to be. What I was really impressed with was your wording, because you've got to work off of the casita, because casitas there's a lot of casitas out there. People are searching for them. So I was highly impressed that you put casita in with that cooking thing. So fantastic job on the SEO, whether you knew it or not. I have a feeling you did.
Jim is a sweetheart. He said, thank you, Russ and Kerry and the road crew, responding to all of my questions, because there's been a lot of side conversations with his towing questions.
Yeah.
Everyone have a great night, and hit that like button. Oh, and Kerry, try a little honey for that cough. I'm willing to try anything at this point.
Yeah, it's the allergies.
It's like this back of the throat, post-nasal type
You would
thing.
get that every year in Wisconsin, but you never got it in Vegas or El Paso.
No, it's just here, and the pollen is just so bad right now. But I think the honey, I'll try honey.
Yeah, you'll try anything right now.
They have lots of huckleberry honey.
Yeah.
So I will try that.
We've got some raw honey right here in the RV too.
That's true. But, has anybody ever tried creamed honey? I'd never heard of it before here, but in the shop where I'm doing my work camping, they sell creamed honey. They have like peanut butter and then regular, and then they have the huckleberry one. It's
to die for, huh?
And I was told, just put that like on a warm biscuit or something like that, and it's just fantastic. So
fantastic.
Just thought I'd pass that along.
Yeah.
And Crow's Nest said, King Frankenstein said, so if I'm open carrying, would the police rather know I have a firearm in the vehicle or not? Because I've heard it both ways.
100% yes. This is what you do. When you're pulled over by a police officer, whether you have, even if you know he's not going to ever know because it's in the trunk and it's locked in a case, tell him. You have your hands up on the steering wheel, have your light on before, if it's at nighttime, have your window down, have your light on, have your hands up on the steering wheel, and tell the officer, like I said, even if it's in the trunk, locked up in 4 different suitcases, tell him, I just wanted to let you know, officer, that I do have a weapon. It's in my trunk, or let him know wherever it is. Officer, I do have a open carry permit, or I do have a concealed carry permit. My weapon is, and don't reach for it if it's on your, don't point at it or anything. Just keep your hands here and tell them. But what that will do is it will show that you respect what the officer is going through. And I'll tell you what, if you do something like that, if he was going to give you a citation 9 times out of 10, if it's not too bad of a deal, you're not going to get a citation.
Good to know.
Yep.
Crow's Nest said, picked up our travel trailer in Idaho and spent the first night in a Walmart parking lot.
Wow.
Not bad. Not 24-hour one, so really quiet. Not a 24-hour Walmart, so really quiet. So definitely it really wasn't in Bozeman.
Yeah, Bozeman's loud. They had the suite. Every time we've been there, we've slept twice now in a Walmart, and both times it's been at the Bozeman Walmart.
But I give you kudos picking up your trailer for the first time and that being
it took us a long time to stay at a Walmart.
feel comfortable enough to just stay at a Walmart. And our first boondocking at a place like that was at a TA parking lot, and that was just out of desperation because we were really tired.
Too tired to press on.
But even that I felt really nervous about. But now I don't even think twice about it.
So I want to jump in there real quick because we have a VIP in the room. It's Brett, our son. He said, "Sweet hat, Dad."
Hi, Brett.
So thank you so much, Brett. Go Google this. What's the
Other side, babe.
What's the website, babe?
Other side.
What does it say? You know what it is.
It says Mammoth Microbes.
Yeah, Google that, Brett. You'll get a kick out of it that I'm wearing the hat.
Okay. Let's see. Ollie Lean in the RV said, Russ, I wish you had been my cop so many times. I got pulled over one time and the guy said, we don't have Navy out here. Another cop saw my military ID, asked what I did. I told him and he said, drive safe, ma'am.
Yeah, that's another thing too, depending on what it was. There are limits to professional courtesy, but our vets deserve breaks. I think, and really you have to use your common sense. You have to look at the situation. I remember the very first time that I dealt with a situation like that. I was, or a situation where I had to use common sense. I was a young officer, pulled this lady over. She was not stopping. She was just flying over, pull up to the house. She comes running out of the house, boom, runs right into the house. I'm like, what the hell? I'm ready to jack her up. Find out she had to use the restroom. I had to let that go. But let's catch up on the conversations because I just a little while ago, we hit our 10% battery life, and I don't want this to end without saying goodbye to everybody. So let's catch up real quick.
So the Russes are uniting, apparently. Russell Pottinger.
Hey, Russell. Good name, brother.
Said, very good advice on the firearm advice, Russ. You two rock. Russ.
Thank you. You rock as well. All right, let's catch up?
King Franken, there's not much to catch up.
Okay.
We're pretty good. I got this.
Awesome. Awesome.
King said, I'm just calling you King.
King?
On the topic of Walmart parking lots, me and for the buddies, we were riding up to Sturgis on motorcycles, and all the hotels were booked. I pulled out my hammock and slept in a Walmart parking lot.
Wow. Hey. And you're still here, so I guess it worked out.
Man, yeah, I was nervous enough in an RV, afraid people come knock on the door just in a hammock.
Yeah, yeah.
Good for you.
All right, guys, I think we're all caught up right now. I see Donna Delahente saying happy trails. And
if Donna is saying happy trails, well,
it's time to go.
It is.
Thank you all so much. Thank you for indulging us for this 85 minutes now.
No way.
We had a blast, and we look forward to you all visiting with us on Sunday. Make sure to check out tomorrow's video. We love you all, and
Yes,
I'll let Kerry get a word in here edgewise.
No, I'm just saying thank you for coming, and yeah, Sunday, tomorrow's video, Russ worked really, really hard on it, so check it out, and we could use the advice on the vehicle issues, so just let us know on that one.
All right, guys. Love you. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.